Did Gerald McCoy get mistreated in Tampa Bay?
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! One LCameraTV, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with y'all cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and wherever else. And guys, we have a lot to talk about today, man. We gotta talk about Gerald McCoy and how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers treated him. He opens up about that on Undisputed, so we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about the New Orleans Pelicans taking a shot at the Carolina Panthers. Then we gotta talk about that. And we're also gonna talk about how organizations do players and how it's kind of messed up. So we got a lot to talk about today, guys. So let's get started. So Gerald McCoy was on Undisputed recently, and he basically talked about the whole situation in Tampa Bay and how everything kind of went and spiraled out of control. So basically, he was saying that in the 3 meetings he had with the Carolina Panthers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cleveland Browns, he met more organizational people, or he talked to more organizational people in that period than he did in the Tampa Bay, team all offseason. And it was kind of, unsettling when he said that, because I was like, wow, that's crazy. They just kind of, I guess, fell out of love with him, and he said he don't really care about what Bruce Arians said about him, because obviously Bruce Arians doesn't know him. I think they met one time. But the rest of the organization, the GM and everything like that, they didn't really show him any, love. They didn't contact him. They didn't really seem like they wanted him there. And that's why, obviously they couldn't get a deal done. And he was also upset how they gave away his number. Obviously, he said, I'm one of the greats in Tampa Bay lore. I've been there for 9 years. I was dominant for 9 years. And, it's like, I think he had like 6 sacks last year. So it wasn't like he trailed off or wasn't playing as good. He definitely was still productive. And he said it wasn't like they gave it to a young rookie that, was going to take over the franchise for them later. It was a 1-year guy. It's Dominican Sue, who played the same position and is not a great character guy in that sense. But you gave away his number for a 1-year guy, which really, affected Gerald McCoy. And he basically talked about why he came to Carolina. And when he came to Carolina, he basically said that, it was like the culture here. When he came here, the players didn't have to come and have lunch with him, but 6 players, K1 Short, Luke Kuechly, Christian McCaffrey, Trey Turner, Shaq Thompson, and there's somebody else I'm forgetting. They all went to lunch with him, and they showed him love, man. They showed that they really wanted him there. They showed that they, really care for him, and really would like him on their team. That's the type of stuff that really affects players. Because he said Baltimore was amazing. But Ron Rivera and the teammates, the players on the team that showed that, hey, man, we really want you here. Obviously, Cam Newton was a part of it too, but he wasn't at that lunch. But it just showed how much these guys really care for him and really want to indoctrinate him in their culture. And that ultimately landed Gerald McCoy to the Carolina Panthers. So it just shows, man, that, culture matters. The way you treat players, the way you handle your business, it really matters, man. As far as, that goes, Gerald McCoy, I feel like got a really bad rap. Obviously, it was kind of like, they kind of like painted a bad picture of him, and it's kind of messed up. Bruce Arians said, oh, we need to see more from Gerald McCoy, and he was on a bad team. They was on a losing team. It's just, Gerald McCoy deserved better than that. I think players usually deserve better than that, especially if they've been in the same organization for that long. You got to show them at least some respect. And, even if, they can't, because I understand in cap situations or whatever have you, players can't stay. I understand. I'm perfectly fine with that. But the issue I have is, if that was the situation, you should, handle your business the correct way. Be like, hey, Gerald, because again, we all know players will take a pay cut for a team that they love, man, the team that they feel indoctrinated in. Obviously, Charles Johnson did it for the Carolina Panthers. So there's a lot of situations where if you treat a player right and they, they have their family here, they don't want to pick up and move. Especially, obviously he went on a 1-year deal for the Carolina Panthers. So a lot of players don't want to pick up and move their family, do this, do that. Nobody wants to do that, man. So if you can't stay with one organization, you try to do that. And obviously, I'm pretty sure if Gerald McCoy was respected and treated with, the kind of respect he deserved as a 9-year veteran and a dominant player for the organization, he might have stayed. But because they basically showed that they fell out of love with him and they didn't really want him around, he decided to take his talent somewhere else. But like I said, like they say, if one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I think the Carolina Panthers really like this treasure that we found. So thank you, Tampa Bay, for handling your business the wrong way. And the other thing I want to talk about is the New Orleans Pelicans Twitter account. Now, the Carolina Panthers wish Zion Williamson luck in the league. Obviously getting drafted, all that stuff. He's a Carolina product. Obviously, they don't have a jersey with Zion Williamson or Williamson on the back. And they pinned the notes to him, right? Now, mind you, I thought it was a very good gesture. It is what it is. He's a Carolina product. You know, they want the guy to, have a productive career. Just like they do with Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? They showed Steph Curry love because he was part of Carolinas, right? Here come the New Orleans Pelicans saying, hey, Carolina, don't y'all know y'all have your own basketball team? They had a great draft too. Now, I had an issue with this. And the reason why I had an issue with this is because it's not like the Carolina Panthers don't care about the Charlotte Hornets. Nobody said that. Nobody, that doesn't mean anything. He's a Carolina product. They wish him luck. They congratulate him, saying, he's always going to be a Panther in that sense because he's from Carolina. He's part of that culture. He's part of that, city, that organization. He's part of them. You know what I'm saying? He's from Carolina. The Golden State Warriors didn't have a problem with Steph Curry going to Panthers games and banging the drum and doing all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? No problem with that. And I can't say if Zion Williamson is a Saints fan or Panthers fan, I don't know. But to congratulate somebody does not mean that, you are eyeing him or, showing love. I mean, let's be honest. If he went to any other team besides the New Orleans Pelicans, because obviously the Pelicans are run by the same owners of the Saints, it wouldn't have been no issue. But because the owner of the Saints runs the also New Orleans Pelicans, they felt like it was their right to say something on a congratulation. And I think to me that's very childish, it's very petty. I mean, obviously because it's not like us congratulating him is gonna make him come to the Charlotte Hornets in 8 years or 7 years when he becomes a free agent. Like let's stop this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not that serious. It was something very small that the Panthers did, obviously to congratulate a young man that was from Carolina. And for the Pelicans Twitter account to take so much shade towards this or throw so much shade towards the Panthers because they congratulated a guy and gave him a jersey, I mean, to me, that's a very small-minded thing. And obviously, we'll see how this whole thing plays out, man. Hopefully, we can smash the Saints because, for this action that the Pelicans took, who knows? But I just feel like that was kind of low, man. There's no reason to do it. All they was doing was congratulating them. It's not like he's gonna go to the Charlotte Hornets. It's if he went to the Memphis Grizzlies, they probably still would congratulate the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't matter who he went to. It just mattered. Like even if he went to the Knicks, I'm pretty sure the Carolina Panthers would do the same thing. And I'm pretty sure the Knicks wouldn't have had an issue with it because obviously they're not petty like that. But like I said, because the Saints owners own the Pelicans also, they found a way to be like, hey, don't congratulate our player now, even though he's been in Carolina longer than he's been a Pelican. But whatever. I'm just saying. I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just saying. Finally, I gotta talk about this, man. I don't know if there's any young football players, basketball players, players in general that watch my channel, you know what I'm saying, and want to go to the league or aspire to go to a league, basketball or NFL one day, or association or league, whatever you want to call it. But I gotta say this, man. Y'all who play sports and, want to go to the NBA or the NFL, do what's best for you. Forget the organization. Always do what's best for you. And the reason why I say this is because there's been too many cautionary tales of how players get treated when they leave an organization, how players get treated, when they get traded or whatever have you. Organizations making false promises. Perfect example, obviously, the DeMar DeRozan situation. Now, mind you, it did bring Toronto Raptors a championship. But DeMar DeRozan, like he said, was a sacrificial lamb. He bought into the Toronto Raptors. Masai Ujiri told him, hey, we're not going to trade you. We love you, all this, that, whatever. As soon as he signed the dotted line, they shipped him off to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's a business for them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take that business mindset also. Gerald McCoy, see how he gets treated. You know what I'm saying? He did all he could for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he kind of pushed him out the back door when he was leaving. You know what I'm saying? And there's some good organizations. Obviously, you got the Carolina Panthers and the way we treat a lot of our players, and that's why a lot of our players want to come back. But you got some bad organizations too, like the Detroit Lions, and obviously the Detroit Lions asked for their signing bonus back from Calvin Johnson after he retired due to injury, and Calvin still won't go back there because he said, I'll go back when they pay, when they right the wrong that they did me. You know what I'm saying? Which is true, man. You kind of you did him a disservice. He had a signing bonus. You forced him to pay it back because he retired through injury. Come on, man. That's crazy. So, organizations are always going to do what's best for them. Obviously, perfect example, not retiring Gerald McCoy's number. That's crazy to me. He was a 9-year veteran, dominant player, and you gave his number to a 1-year guy, you know what I'm saying, who's not a great character guy, and what, you're going to recycle the number after that? So does he not deserve the same respect as the Warren Sapps and stuff like that. Whatever. Yes, he didn't win a championship, but he was a great player for you for 9 years. Like if Carolina Panthers give out 89, I'm gonna be hot. I'm gonna be fire hot. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to give out 89. Steve Smith, I don't care if he went to Baltimore. I don't care what happened after that. I don't care where he ended his career. He's a Panther. Same thing with Thomas Davis. Do not give out Thomas Davis' number. Don't, you know what I'm saying? But Carolina Panthers don't do that to people. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do that to people. These guys, you know, put out their blood, sweat, and tears to get us to great places, to win championships, to do all this stuff, and love that organization. And when the organization treat them right, you know, they treat the organization right. They come back. They ingratiate themselves. Look at Julius Peppers. He's part of the Carolina Panthers now. Charles Johnson stays showing up to events. Thomas Davis, you know, Thomas Davis talked about how when Luke Kuechly and him found out that he was not going to be re-signed, these guys literally sat there and cried together. You know what I'm saying? Because they were brothers, man. It's like you're losing your brother, and that's how it's supposed to be, man. Culture matters. Organizations, culture matters. You know what I'm saying? And give you a perfect example: the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat retired number 23, even though Michael Jordan never played for them. Michael Jordan never played for the Miami Heat, but they retired number 23. And even when LeBron James got there, he didn't wear number 23. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you're supposed to do it, man. Certain players deserve that kind of respect. Whether it's, and yeah, sure, it may not be, you don't have to be Michael Jordan to get that respect. You have to be a great for your team. You know what I'm saying? And Gerald McCoy was that great, and that's how they treat him. So I tell all y'all, man, definitely take care of yourselves. You know, whether it's a job, and even if you're not a football player, a basketball player, if it's a job, do what's best for you. You know, organizations, jobs, they will do what's best for them. If you're gonna get fired, they're not gonna give you a 2 weeks notice to get fired. They're gonna tell you you're fired. You know, they'll write their paperwork up. But if they want to cut you, certain jobs, you know, saying certain things are just fireable offenses, so they'll just cut you right in there. So you know, you could try to apply for unemployment, all that stuff. We don't know how that's gonna pan out, but do what's best for you. If you want a better job opportunity and stuff like that, you gotta go out and get it, because at the end of the day, you gotta take care of you and your family. And players, same thing. They gotta take care of them and their family. And also, little side note, I want to talk about the Greg Little situation. I've seen a lot of guys in my comment section were saying, "Oh, give him a chance," and stuff like whatever. I have no problem with Greg Little. I like Greg Little. I like that we drafted him. You can even watch my video on my Instagram account. I was saying the two people we should draft, you know, in the first round and the second round was N'Keal Harry and Greg Little. So I was all for Greg Little. I have no issue with Greg Little. I'm just saying that he needs to work more on his technique, and like I said, also, it doesn't really matter right now because training camp is when you put pads on to actually get to touch people. So for all you guys that are flipping out about the whole Greg Little situation, chill. I was not, you know, taking shots at Greg Little. I was just saying, you know, from what I heard in minicamp, he's not going to progressing as quickly as I thought he would. But again, that's minicamp. You can't really hit anybody. There's no pads. You know what I'm saying? You're not protecting anybody. In training camp, you'll get a better view of that. So chill out, y'all. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and Rumble.com and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. How you feel about how Gerald McCoy is treated by Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Do you like it, dislike it? I'm pretty sure most of you dislike it. So put that in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the New Orleans Pelicans taking a shot at the Carolina Panthers. Do you think it was warranted, unwarranted? Let me know how you feel about that, because I feel like, dude, it wasn't that big a deal, and she never said nothing, but that's just my opinion. And how do you feel about how organizations treat their players? Should they be more like the Carolina Panthers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, or just story franchise that usually take care of their players and ingratiate their players back into the fold? Or should it be more like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Detroit Lions that kind of say, hey, we're done with you. We want all our money back. Get out of here, and kind of push them out the back door. Let me know how you feel about that. Check out my Spreadshirt account. That link is in the description below. Check out the Patreon page. That link is also in the description below. Share this with your Panther fans, even Panther related, anybody football related, anybody Pelicans related, anybody NBA related, anybody Zion Williamson related, man. Share with them. Let them know LCameraTV is working on Panther Nation. Panther Nation working on LCameraTV. Check out my video, or my video with my friend and also YouTuber Renan Steam. That link's gonna be in the screen at the very end. Definitely check it out, man. We've done a podcast. This is our second one we've done, and I think you guys will really like it, man. I'm gonna put it in the end screen, so definitely check it out. It's kind of it's lengthy, but we talk about some real topics, man. I think you guys will really like it. Check out my Renan Steam's page. Also, subscribe to him, subscribe to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is, man. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.